me a little bit, lean in, you know. Oh, now we're way.
Now we.
Let's see if I can take that back
Okay, everybody.
and get us a little.
What's up?
Is
It's
that better? That's so
this
close.
video is starting.
See
Oh
what's-
boy, there we go.
Is that better?
What's
Yeah.
up?
They tell
You
us
know what?
that
I
we
did not get my glasses. Sorry, I'm
Get
getting
your
my
glasses.
glasses.
Get your glasses. We're in
So
good shape.
I can see what's happening. Okay,
Is that better?
there. Yeah.
Let me
Hey,
give one more
welcome.
now. Hey, everybody.
Hey, wait just a sec, because we
No,
got to
I-
give everybody just a
Yeah.
second. Welcome to our, what is it, dining room? It's kind of,
It's
it's
a new
like
set.
a dining section.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like a dining room.
The grand piano used to be here, used to be in this area, but now we feel like we're real grown-ups and we have
we
a
can
dining room.
actually sit with
Yes,
friends
let me
and
scoot this back. So
have dinner. Hey,
there.
welcome.
That's better. It's not
Welcome.
so. Whoop.
This is our new time right
6.
here.
That's it, and it's time for you know what it is.
It's Sunsets with Dan and Cindy.
Yeah. So Siri thought you were talking to her.
She did, and she's always doing that.
So do that sunset
Let's do-
again. Well, everybody's
This one-
signing on.
Without Siri.
It's Sunsets with Dan and Cindy.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Thanks for joining us right here at our new time, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, and so on and so on. Blah, 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 as my mother would say, instead of et cetera, et cetera. She'll go, blah, 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 blah.
Hum, hum,
I
hum.
love that.
Yes.
Welcome. We're glad to have you on this 28th day?
Ninth.
29th? What?
29, babe.
29th day
Which
of
would be,
January.
and it would also coincide with the 29th day of the year. Just
Oh, yeah. Well, see, in January I can figure that out. But
she's good.
after that,
She's had
hey,
her
you
coffee.
can always find me on social media right here on Facebook, on Instagram. You can find me on Sandy Patty P. And where can we find you on social media?
Thank you, Cindy. You can find me DONPESLIS. As many of you are finding us on Facebook, Instagram. We love all the likes, pokes, comments. Talk to us throughout the week. And again, we try to post something most every day. Again, you found us. Cindy and Sandy also has a YouTube channel. Did you tell them
Yeah, I
about
did
that?
not. YouTube channel.
I thought I might have missed
Sandy
that.
Patty.
Yes.
So Thomas, our social media dude, I've just now named him that, social media dude.
That's good.
He posts some great, like, old relics. They're
Well,
so
classics.
old.
Let's just say classics.
You know what, though? I was thinking the other day, this is very
Classics.
random. We hadn't talked about this, but
Okay, go.
Love in Any Language, the song,
Yes.
is so old,
Yes.
there is no longer Leningrad.
Wow.
From Leningrad to Lexington. It's now called St. Petersburg, right?
Right.
There's no Leningrad. So,
It might be time to update the lyrics.
no, it's it's got I always believe lyrics have got to stay the way they
love it.
were first written.
I love it.
I
Good.
really do love that.
Good. Good.
Right now, right here on Facebook, you can kind of look down and there's a share button.
Mm-hmm.
And you can click that share button and it will say host a watch party. All that means is while you're watching this show, those people who follow you will go, oh, well, that's fun. So do that. That will help us gain a few numbers, and we're always looking for those numbers. So we know that I'm Sandy. We know this is Dawn. We aren't getting quite that old yet, but you know what? It's not far away. But we had fun a few years ago at a banquet that we did for church, and you said something snarky. We were hosting, and I said, "What'd you say that for, Dan?" And he said, "I don't know, Cindy."
I'm not sure, Cindy.
And so, anyway, we kind of just played around with those names, and then when we started doing this show, the almanac from 2020
Yes.
said that the new buzzword was pre-retirees.
That's it.
Those who are retirement age but really don't want to slow down, just kind of want to do it at our own pace. So that is our pre-retiree names. And I know those who are new and join us always ask, why Dan and Cindy? That's why. It's for fun. If we talk about something serious, we
Right.
say Don
Well,
and
tell them to
Sandy.
share their names too.
So we would love to know what your pre-retiree name is. And we'd also love to know from where you're watching, because bless you if you're in the Northeast right now, just hunker
Hunker.
down.
You know,
This weather this year, we've had, oh my goodness,
we've been okay here.
everybody all across
We've been
with
okay.
fires and earthquakes and droughts and rain and now a lot of snow. So my goodness, those of you who are hunkered down this weekend up in the Northeast,
Stay safe.
we send
stay
you
warm.
our love.
Yes.
So
All right. Well,
We-
every week we try to do a little something. We want to do the week in review. I've got several
Yeah.
things here. Do
Yes.
you want to do? We try to bring something to you practical, inspirational, and educational. If you can remember that again, practical, inspirational, educational. That's pie. So you know what? Early on, they said two things are really important. We tried to stay consistent. Now, I think maybe into our third year, it could be.
I think it is actually.
We really need to look. But content and consistency. So we really want to come at you. Thanks for jumping on with us at this
Yeah.
new time. It really helps us shift gears then and kind of get our heads in a little bit more to Sunday morning
Yeah.
and not be up so late. So thank
And
you.
you know, pie, last week was National Pie Day.
See?
One of those days. We didn't get pie. but-
3.14? Oh, no.
We
Light pie.
were, no, not that kind of pie. But
okay, sorry.
hey, well, next Saturday, we are going to be heading down to Orlando, where we leave on a cruise out of Port Canaveral on Sunday.
Good.
We are so grateful to Love Like You Mean It for inviting us. It's a cruise really designed for relationships. And we get the awesome privilege of talking to blended families. So we're going to do a blended family conference, and we're also going to do just a short concert.
Yes.
Conference. I meant the first one.
Okay, yes.
Blended Family Conference.
There you go. Sorry. Okay.
And then we're going to do a short concert. Jay and
Yes.
Amy Rouse will be with us as well. And then, honestly, can I tell you, I'm really looking forward to going on that cruise and being somewhere warm and just
yes.
being with you.
Love it. Look forward to it.
I'm looking forward
Well, it's
to
the
that.
one place, if you don't know, that Miss Cindy, aka Sandy, really relaxes, is on that cruise ship. So, again, I don't know if it's too late or not, but the Love You Like You Mean It cruise.
Yeah, Thomas will post that. And if you just think, hey, that sounds really fun, and it's kind of, we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day on the cruise, even
Yep.
though it's from the 6th or the 6th through the 11th.
Yeah, 6th through the 13th.
13th,
And we'll
thank
try to
you.
have some things about sunsets. There could be some.
You were doing like Baby Shark.
Yeah, that was.
Shark.
There could be some fabulous Caribbean sunsets.
There, yeah.
And maybe some videos that they'll get some
Indeed,
photos. We'll
indeed.
work our video magic.
We will.
All right.
So, what you
else
got for us almanac wise?
Well, we've got a big shoe tonight. Really
Can I-
big shoe. You want to do it? Okay, you want
It's an almanac moment with Dan.
All right, thank you, Cindy. It's been our friend since 1792. Can you believe it? And you're right, last week, most of the almanacs have a hole here. So this is a special edition. Cindy ordered me a whole bunch of these. And they don't have, they hang on the chain on the farmer's
Yes.
desk. We'll have to go to Lowe's.
We don't have a big enough hole punch for that.
Welcome to, exactly, the 29th day of January, Cindy.
I can't
I know
believe it.
Sunset, again, these are Boston times. In Boston, New York, Long Island, all the way down to Atlantic City. We know you guys are buried with snow. We're thinking about you. Bundle up, stay warm. You had sunrise this morning, 7:01 Eastern, 4:54, about 5 o'clock. We had a little bit later, about 5:50 here in Central Standard Time, our sunset. Check it out, 9 hours, 53 minutes of daylight. That's up from 9:39 last week. So days are getting longer as we move, yes, to that spring and then the summer.
What is the spring equinox, Don?
Thank you for 500. And what day is the longest day? I bet you know, in June.
June 22nd, Dan.
Oh, for 500, please. Well, Cindy's got a lot of, she's really been paying attention.
Yeah, I have.
She's really been paying attention.
I have no choice.
And
No,
this,
kidding.
I love it. But I am a little bit of a weather nerd, and we've had so much. It's so fun. If you check this almanac, okay, and it tickles me sometimes, Cindy, because sometimes these guys, especially here in Oklahoma, they get ready for the snowmageddon.
Well,
and
let's
it
just
doesn't
say
happen.
that the weather center of the whole United States is in
Yes,
Norman, Oklahoma.
right. Where they developed what kind of radar?
That would be, don't know.
Doppler radar.
Doppler
There you
radar.
go.
Got
All right,
it.
I thought she's going to have, but they are so good at the weather here, but still sometimes they get it wrong.
Yeah.
This almanac that has been our friend since 1792, you can tell me how many, this is number 230, over 80% accuracy.
That's pretty amazing.
Isn't it?
That's pretty
And
amazing.
For our winter,
Yep.
it said cool and dry, and we've not had that much snow.
Well, good job
All right.
there.
All right.
That's our.
It's an almanac moment with Dan.
All
Make
right.
sure you do pick up the Kids Almanac. Again, this is it. Kids Almanac for your kids, a great gift to do that as well.
All right.
What do
Now
got,
we
Cindy?
have
It's Tech Tip with Cindy.
Tech Tip coming
Tell
at
us-
you.
Tell us there, Cindy.
So I've got two really practical things. Remember, practical, inspirational, educational. I think these next two things I want to share with you fit all
Love
that
it, love
category. The Chosen, which is a fabulous, fabulous mini series, and it's continuing into the third season, is now on Netflix. So
Really?
if you have Netflix, you can watch The Chosen.
They've got to watch
I
it.
want you to also watch, if you can find, where Dallas Jenkins, who is the creator, writer, producer, he talks about his vision behind it to really give some depth. He's taking some liberties with some of the characters, but not with the essence of the main biblical themes.
Right.
So check that out. It's practical, inspirational, and educational.
And well done.
And
it is
so it's magnificent.
You're going to love it.
The other thing is check out my friend Brenda Warner and her husband, some football player guy, Kurt Warner.
Come on.
Check out their movie, An American Underdog. It is just fabulous. And yes, it's a little bit about football, and it's a whole lot about how both of them together really defied a lot of odds. So I'm so proud of them.
We love
my,
them both.
my biggest tech tip is that you can do a couple of medical checks if you have an Apple Watch. If you don't have an Apple Watch, I don't mean this to be dismissive of anyone, but I didn't know you could do these things. So if you open your Apple Watch to the app's screen, there's two things that you can do.
Okay,
One is you can check your oxygen. And during COVID right now, that has
What is
been
that? What does it look
it's a little half circle that's red and a half circle that's blue.
Okay.
I just saw it go by.
Got it? I'm checking.
You can check your blood oxygen. Now, the reason why during COVID that has been important is because oxygen and the lack of oxygen has been the biggest factor why people end up in the hospital. So if nothing else, it really gives you some peace of mind. You can just click that little button and know what your oxygen is. I'll keep it at that for today.
Well, I'm
And
going to
then
do that
next
right now. I'm going
week,
to tell you what my oxygen is.
next
I'm
week, we'll talk about how you can actually do an ECG on your Apple Watch as well. So if you are worried ever at all,
Unsuccessful.
you
measurement.
might, let's see, you have to go in to your
Okay.
watch app, your health app,
Okay.
and you have to link all of those things.
Well, I do know my heart rate resting is 64 today. That's
Oh,
pretty good.
that is just, so let me tell you the
Come
app, just really, really
All
quick.
right, tell us.
So you have to link it with, it's the health app that is just a white with a red heart. You have to link it with that. It'll link those things, and then you can perform that on your Apple Watch.
Cindy,
So
this was
that's a
really-
complicated tech tip, but
It's Tech Tip with Cindy.
Wow. was
that,
awesome, Cindy.
yeah, so it's really
Fantastic.
been very, very helpful. I know a friend of mine who has now come through COVID, but thankfully she was able to just monitor her oxygen, blood oxygen,
Yes.
the O2, right?
Yes.
Is that what you call it?
Yes, yes.
So she never went to the hospital because she had that peace of mind. Anyway, I think that's a pretty cool tech tip right there.
And, oh, I dropped my card.
Now, listen, while you're getting that card, I got to tell you, Kenizo, our friends at Kenizo, which is the Greek and Latin word for wisdom and hope. And you wrote and did the cutest, sweetest blog this week. I want you to go on Kenizo.com and find that. You can also scroll through social media. I posted it, you posted it, and our friends at Kenizo posted it. But I just want you to just give them a little taste because it was so sweet. So,
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you.
Kenizo.
You know, we need to get a Kenizo button.
We
We'll
do.
We'll need to get our friend from Vegas.
Todd?
Todd. We do. I know you're probably watching. We need a Kenizo moment.
Kenizo.com.
You know,
Kenizo.
Kenizo moment, something.
I don't know.
They'll figure it out,
Yeah.
and it'll be fantastic. But we need to add that to our playlist.
But we can do.
It's a shout out.
There we
All right.
go.
Well, you know what? It's all about the red suede All-Stars. Now, you think about Converse. When you say tennis shoes, you might say Chucks, sneakers, tennis shoes. If you say the word Chucks like I did, that means you're probably a kid in the 70s. But they were around from 1917, really unchanged, one of the first basketball tennis shoes till about 1949, really unchanged.
Wow.
Okay, which are the Converse Chuck Taylor All-Stars. Now, say, who's Chuck Taylor? A little bit of history. Chuck Taylor was a fantastic basketball player, NBA, made the first without stitches in it, the basketball. You know how the football has laces?
Yes.
The basketball used to have laces. So Chuck Taylor
Got
made...
it. So it's like Michael Jordan has like a line of shoes.
He was probably the first really basketball superstar. And so they really remain unchanged. Matter of fact, World War II GIs trained in black high-top Chuck Taylors.
No way.
Okay, All-Stars. So again, tennis shoes, and again, kind of tells a lot about when you grew up. If you say Vans, if you say Jordans,
Vans.
if you say Nike Airs. So
If you
it really
say-
dates
Yeah.
PF Flyers? No.
Kids.
Okay. And it also may tell us a little bit about your athletic
Doc
ability.
Martens.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So back in the day, I had 4 choices with my mom. And
How old were you?
I was in junior high when
Okay.
it really mattered.
Okay.
And it was black or white canvas, high or lows. And so then about 9th grade, 1976, you know, about when you really start noticing cool shoes in girls.
Oh.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. But the cool shoes, a new shoe came into my life, and they were the Chuck Taylor 1-Star All-Stars, and they came in suede. Let me repeat, suede. And all the guys had them, red, blue, green, black, and our school colors were red and gray. And I said to my mother, Mom, I got to have those shoes. And quickly she said, absolutely, son. And as a matter of fact, you're going to get a paper route and earn them because you'll love them even more. And I paused and I said, you mean like a job? So, yes. So here I am, 9th grade. I get my first paper route, throwing papers. I had 2 routes that went actually 6 city blocks up one side and down the other. Every morning, rain, shine, snow, and even an ice. Track shoes with cleats.
In
Keep you-
Huntington, track shoes with cleats.
spikes keep you up on the ice. The Huntington Herald Dispatch. And I threw papers. And the fun thing to do is to go collect. Collecting is when you go door to
remember
door and paper boy,
Collecting.
paper boy.
I remember that.
And
yeah.
as a young businessman, you find out very soon some people, they like to pay their bill while others don't. But you could wrap that paper so tight that at 5:30 in the morning, that thing, if you throw it just right, it can serve as a nice reminder that the paper boy is going to be coming back tonight to collect. So anyway, all right, okay. So I
Did you
said,
like hit the screen door or something?
oh yeah, slide it. You could slide it. You slide it right on the porch, and it
Oh.
goes. Spoop. Yeah. Anyway, okay. I saved up for about a month, and then it was okay.
Oh.
And I knew that I could go to Dan's Sporting Goods. Anybody in Huntington, West Virginia watching? Dan's Sporting Goods. The whole store smelled like these new tennis shoes. I'll never forget the day I got my red suede All-Star, red 1-Star Chuck Taylors. Now, Sandy got these for me for Christmas, but let me just tell you, these are tanks. These are not air lights. These
No.
are tanks, okay? Let me just tell you, do not get them wet. The white star can become pink as your socks can. Just take my
Don't
word
ask
on
you
that.
how you know that. Trust
But
you
these
that you
babies didn't get much dirt on them. And I've got one in my office, and they mean so much to me that my mother, so I got to say the Canizo moment this week really was hard work.
do. Hard work.
And my mother was 11 years old when she left the home and started helping out, cleaning houses
Yeah.
in the Depression era.
Wow.
My mom and dad ran a restaurant on the college campus of Marshall College. Went to school by day after World War II, school by night. Big Green Grill, both getting their bachelor's and master's. So they knew, and my mom wanted to pass on what Canizo is living well through each generation. And Mom, I thank Mom tonight. She passed on to me how hard work. It takes hard work in all things, in my sports, in our music,
Yeah.
in our school,
Yeah.
in our relationships.
Yep.
She gave me, and really, life's great lessons are only as good, folks, as we pass them on.
Yeah.
And Mom passed it on. So that's kind of it. You can hear the whole story at Canizo.com. But here they are once again for you that may have missed it. The Red Suede, 1 star, Chuck
It's
Taylor.
a shout out.
Come on.
That's
a good smell.
That is, and that's a good word too, because of all the stories you tell, that's the one you tell a lot, because those shoes meant the most to you.
First thing you ever worked for.
Because you had to work for them. I wish
Vera.
I would have liked to have done better at that
with our kids. I know, but they're getting it. They're getting it, and we still got a chance to do over with our grandkids.
You know, but now why we don't want
you
to.
want the red stars? Let's go.
Let's go get them. No.
All right, come on.
So tomorrow.
Well, no, Sandy's song first.
Well, okay. So it kind of is the same.
Can I set it up?
Yep.
You know what? And this is kind of a fun thing. It's not fun for her to talk about herself. It's the last thing this gal likes to do. But we're going to have a feature Sandy song, and it's sort of it really is kind of a shout out for Sandy, and that has lemon in it. I made it just like you like it, Cindy. And there's such a discography for Sandy. This is one of our favorites, and it really is an album you should look up. Look up Artist of My Soul, that really came out in the 90s. And we were busy. We weren't touring as much because she was chasing kids that were 11, 7, 7, 7, 6, 5, 3, and a baby. Hello. We were busy. But this song is fabulous. It's doxology written by she and Rick Vale. Tell us a little bit about on this.
Well, I remember Rick Vale, who wrote Star of Bethlehem. Mm-hmm. He wrote a song called Someday.
Oh, so good.
He and I were just talking about the next record, and you just sit down with writers, and you really, songs are born out of conversation. And we talked about, he grew up with some liturgy, and he loves liturgy, and we talked about what is the thing that unifies us a lot, and the doxology. People know that song pretty much everywhere. Why don't you do some research on that song and tell us about it next week?
We'll be ready next week with a little bit.
Because I bet there's a story. I would imagine.
We will.
Anyway, he said, so we just got to playing around with the idea. So the chorus says, "Now to the King eternal, immortal and invisible, to the only God be honor and glory forever. Amen." It's a great doxology. What I love about the verses is I love when a word that we hear is different when we spell it. So the first phrase is here. He is here, Here. He has blessed us with his presence in this place. We will not be the same. Here, can you hear? Hear. All creation sings, the heavens glorify. I just think that's Rick. I think that's such a clever, artistic way with lyrics. So we get to sing that tomorrow with the chapel.
We do.
And
we've got a snippet. Let me give you a little snippet of it here. Just enjoy this. Just a second. This is the chorus. Nice fade there. So you get a sense of it, and we're going to introduce that tomorrow in the chapel with the chapel choir. It's Impact Sunday. Cindy will talk a little bit about that, but then we're going to tag it with the original doxology.
Yes,
it's going to be a really cool
organ
moment.
That's in the chapel. It's just beautiful,
and a nice big amen.
Yeah.
But this is a great doxology, and we're going to actually start singing it after the scriptures.
Just that little chorus.
Now to the King, eternal, immortal, and invisible.
Yeah.
To the only God, be honor and glory forever. Amen. So hope that encourages your heart tonight. And
Thomas is going to post a link that
excellent.
You can hear that. Tomorrow is a very special Sunday at Crossings.
Yes.
The first of the year, we kind of designate a Sunday. And it's tomorrow as Impact Sunday. We get a chance to really hear from our pastor how the last year has been. and to reflect on that and to see how God's faithfulness has been and what is some vision that will drive us now into this year. So we call that Impact Sunday. And Marty's going to really unpack for us what does our worship really look like and use some great stories from the Bible. You can join us if you're in Oklahoma City. You can join us live in the chapel at 8:30.
Come on.
But online, you can join us at crossings.church/info, 9:30 and 11. These are all central times. You can choose the sanctuary, which usually has the orchestra and a big choir. You can also choose the venue, which is a little bit more acoustic. I will be with you in the chapel tomorrow, crossings.church/info. And if you log on, be sure to, in the chat, go ahead and sign in and give us your name. And then tell them that Dan and Cindy sent you. Because, well, we just like to throw them a little bit.
We do.
And they love knowing the backstory of that. When that first started, they were like, does anyone know who Dan and Cindy are? Because all these people joining online keep saying, Dan and Cindy sent me. So anyway, join us, crossings.church/info, 9:30 and 11.
Well done, Cindy.
Thank
Impact
you.
Sunday. And Marty's not only going to talk a little bit, you're going to get to see some of the brand new and exciting outreach ministries that are part. Some new and exciting announcements tomorrow of some new ministries coming up. So again, it's going to be a great chance.
It really
and we're
is.
so grateful as I serve as the chapel worship pastor and Sandi serves as our artist in residence. One of the things we've got in schedule for tomorrow, and I love when this happens, as the worship guys, we plan all week, and we've got a pastor, Marty, who probably thought, we'll talk a little bit about Bill Gaither in a minute, that he probably thought he'd work for Bill Gaither in some way musically early on in his life.
Well, Marty's dad and Bill were good friends, and Marty went to Anderson University and worked at the publishing house in Alexandria.
That's right.
So Marty always thought he'd be a music teacher.
Business.
He said the last thing he ever wanted to do was preach.
I can't think of which hymnal it is, but there's one of the hymnals specifically from Bill and Glory that Marty helped sell that put him through college.
Yes.
So anyway, all that to say, tomorrow Marty is going to be sharing, in each of the services, we're going to be sharing John Wesley's prayer.
Yes.
Which is so fantastic.
It's so good.
I love when that happens in the services, even though the music style may be different, a little bit different stylistically, but in the DNA and the liturgy, it's very much Crossings.
Yes.
So that's going to be, and I think it'd be great tonight.
Well, before we do that,
Yeah,
let
let's
me
go.
just add
Go.
that next week we're going to have a very special guest, and we're going to have Bill Gaither, not from our crazy iPhones trying to find service everywhere, but he is going to be on our show. So we're so excited. We're going to interview him this week, and then we'll play that next week because we'll be on the cruise. But there is nobody like Mr. Gaither. No one. And I've got some really just questions that I want to ask him that I don't think a lot of people will ask him. And I'm excited about that. So
you are not going to want to miss next week then. That is a live interview with gospel music himself.
Live to recording. It won't
Bill
be live.
Gaither. Exactly right.
Yep.
Dan and Cindy, regular time, 6:30 Central next week, okay?
How come it didn't play? Oh,
No,
because I
faded
because
it.
I
Mhm.
faded.
You
I
did a
did
fade.
the fade. Okay.
and
This is
now-
It's a shout
Oh, I'm
out.
so sorry. I
That's
just
okay.
blew up your
Well,
ears.
You know what? We're gonna. It's all good. It's all good. We're good.
Well, see, aren't you glad we didn't end with that?
I am really.
Now we can
Now we can just do a shout
bring,
out.
bring everybody back
And we're
to
back.
a lovely prayer. But we often do this in the chapel responsively. And so Thomas will post this prayer, but we want to share what our call to worship is tomorrow.
Comes to us from 1780, John Wesley's really heartfelt prayer. And I hope that this reaches your hearts tonight. Pray with us as we share it together. I am no longer my own, but yours. Put me to what you will. Place me with whom you will. Put me to doing. Put me to suffering.
Let me be put to work for you or set aside for you, praised for you or criticized for you. Let me be full, let me be empty. Let me have all things, let me have nothing.
I freely and fully surrender all things to your glory and service. And now, O wonderful and holy God, Creator, Redeemer, and Sustainer, you are mine, and I am yours.
So be it. And the covenant which I have made on earth, let it also be made in heaven. Amen.
Well, it's amazing to me how I just looked and there were 10 minutes in, and I was like, wow, the show is going.
And
Then it just zooms through. But thank you again for joining us weekly. We're just so grateful for all of you coming to us from the Philippines, reaching out from Brazil, reaching out from Michigan and
Canada,
and
Paris. We've
yeah,
had Paris and
so we love it. Thank you.
Mexico and South America, Argentina, just everywhere. So it's such a joy. We look forward for you tuning in next week, where we get Bill Gaither with us one-on-one, and we are very excited about that. All right, everybody, have a great week.
God bless you.
Be blessed. Know that you are His.